Hello everyone, Unis 20. It is Tuesday? Let me check. Should be. 9:21. I can't trust myself to take care of dates correctly without actually looking at the time. So something funny I did yesterday. Not funny, more unfortunate. I saved I stopped playing Berseria obviously, and I was like, I wonder how much battery the PS4 controller has left. The answer is almost nothing. It was like at 1 bar, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll charge it. I didn't. So this whole time I was like, shoot, I might have to postpone my stream by like an hour. I don't know however long it takes to fully...
I knew this would be big. What a treasure!
A painting salvaged from a wreck drifting in the Ozra's Sea. The landscape depicts a tower of rebirth and a castle in the sky. A pair symbolic of unity between heaven and earth. Yeah, that looks cool. Skill slot expansion. I don't know what that means.
Scout ships.
But so I was like, how do I charge it? Because my laptop only has 2 USBs, and I need to use one for the Elgato and one for the mic. So it's like I don't have a way to charge it. So I was like, I guess I'll have to plug it into the wall and just wait. Because the PS4 controller cord is way too short. If it was longer, I could keep playing and just have it plugged into the wall. Then I remembered that my mouse is a USB, so I unplugged my mouse and I put the controller in its place. Granted, the laptop doesn't charge as quickly as the wall, so hopefully it doesn't drain faster. And I have the light set on dim, no noise is coming out of the PS4 controller, so we should be fine for some hours. So what is this thing?
Oh, that's a fine piece.
It's a nice painting, I guess, but what is the thing doing up in the sky? Rokero, you're sailing into a storm when you try to criticize a masterpiece like this. What we have here is likely an example of early Belformanism, of movement which sought to combine religious beliefs with hyper-surrealistic techniques. What matters isn't what is depicted on the canvas itself, but rather how it stirs the heart of the viewer. Yeah, but doesn't it bother you? I mean, how could something that huge float in the air like that? Listen, you can't let your vision be clouded by nitpicky details. Open your heart to wonder and beauty. It is open, and it's wondering what the heck is going on in that painting. I can give you but one answer. The painting should be that way, so it was painted that way. The artist painted what needed to be painted. Their very soul demanded it. The sky didn't need a bird, or a sun, or an angel, or a rat pig. It needed this. There's your answer. It's in the very essence of art. Alright, alright. How can I win against passion like that? You can't. That's really funny. Eisen gets way too into it. It is a really cool looking
That's a fine piece.
image, though. I keep forgetting. I should ask my friend. She's played. I want to say she's definitely played more Tales games than I have. Because this is all the ones I've played. I think she's played Legendia and both Celia games. I'm not sure what else, but yeah. I was actually gonna go upgrade all everyone's gear because I definitely remember at the end of the last stream, after I ended the stream, I re-equipped everyone with better stuff. I was gonna go buy more stuff at like a shop here, but then I remember like, hang on a minute, I think like a cutscene activates in a shop or something like that. I don't know, but I was like, I didn't want to risk it, so I was like, that's fine. Well, not really to buy stuff. I was just gonna enhance the stuff that they had equipped. I could do that at any time though. Shouldn't be a problem.
It's become common practice to use Southgan lumber for shipbuilding, but there's a reason. Our trees really are the best.
Are they?
Natant trees only grow in Southgand. Their wood is light, tough, and doesn't rot. Perfect for shipbuilding.
You know your stuff. Long ago, before people knew how to build seafaring vessels, Midgan and Southgan were separate countries. Then our ancestors fashioned rafts out of Natant logs and floated all the way to Midgan. A Midgan craftsman, amazed to see a humble raft cross the open sea, returned with our ancestors here to Southgand.
He had used the Natant logs to build a large, sturdy ship.
Thanks to him, commerce took off between Midgan and Southgan, and the Age of Exploration began. The excitement of a new age had everyone floating on air, but within mere decades, Midgan declared war on Southgand.
Ironically enough, it was ships made from trees from their islands that enemies used to invade them.
The fighting continued for a long time, but in the end, Midgand emerged the victor. Our islands were occupied. As hard as things were, our ancestors still liked to joke about it. They'd say, Age of Exploration, more like Age of Exploitation.
When things were that bad, they could still joke about it?
Southganders have always been a cheerful bunch. We tend to look for the silver lining in every cloud. It may not seem like it these days, but Southgand used to be a place where the laughter would never cease. Some people even used to call it shenanigans.
Shenanigans. This must have been a really fun place.
Gosh, if I could count on one hand the amount of people I've seen doing that animation, I couldn't because it's too many. I swear every city I go by, there's at least one person you can talk to that's doing that. It's pretty funny. Magilou's Menagerie, eh? Very well. That's... Hey, don't be mean to us. We have talent. We have skill. We're amazing. We can punch stuff real hard until it stops existing. Anyway. We just gotta find more Grim. Is there another chunk of the city? I mean, I guess there is if there's nothing else here. I remember she was at like a little stall. I'm guessing this is the church of this town. Oh boy, I remember this. I remember this. I remember this very much.
Come, sinner, and repent your wicked deeds.
Repent? Are you talking to me?
Yes. When I look at your vestments around your chest, your hips, I can tell your sins are many and deep.
Say that again. Exactly what were you staring at?
Well, mankind is rife with sin, and I am no different. You must acknowledge your misdeeds and confess them to the great Empyreans. By confronting your sinful urges, you will be empowered to resist them.
Is that so? You're saying I just need to confess all the bad things I've done?
You don't want to ask her that.
Confess your darkest sins, my child, assured that none is beyond the forgiveness of the Empyreans.
Empyreans, hear my confession. When I was in prison, I instigated a riot and used it to break myself out.
Huh?
Then I set fire to some warehouses in town and stole a ship to make my getaway. Then I teamed up with some pirates to destroy a military fortress. I killed anyone who got in my way.
What?
What do you think, Father? Will the Empyreans forgive me?
I think you should turn yourself into the Abbey and let them help you repent.
That's convenient. I'm already planning on going to the Abbey. You see, I'm going to kill their boss, Artorius.
I need an exorcist over here! Quick! Somebody! Anybody!
That's about how I figured it'd go.
Love this guy. If I remember correctly, I think there's like... I don't know, is it the same guy? Does he just...
Come, sinner!
Are you talking to me?
Oh, boy.
perchance?
I am. You look so deeply sinful, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Now confess!
Oh, how long have I waited to bear my soul
You should
to
run while you have
someone?
the chance.
But I've
Too
always
late.
lacked the courage. Praise be to
Too
the
late.
Empyreans who have bestowed upon me this chance today.
Ah, your devotion to the Empyreans is most...
No, it is you who has captured my devotion, my darling. There's no one else I want but you.
What? Me? But my life is in service to the Empyreans.
Hush. I want you to look at me the way I look at you. Hold me, darling. Smother me in your embrace.
I don't...
Those were the kind of lines I read in a romance novel. It wasn't even that exciting a book. I wasted so many hours with that piece of trash. Please forgive me for not putting myself to better use.
Ah! Lying! To a priest! How could you?
Oh no, I meant to confess my sins, but instead my confession was another sin! Forgive me, Father, I've transgressed once more.
I don't want to forgive you!
Gosh, I remember this guy so vividly. I thought that he appeared in like all the churches around the world, and every time you went to one, But no, I guess he's just here and you can ruin his entire priest life with your entire party, which is great.
Come, sinner,
Alright, who is it this time? Aizen?
repent your
Rokero?
wicked deeds.
Who?
There we go.
I don't think I've done much that needs repenting.
No, my son, you must be mistaken, for I can tell just from how you dress that a great many sins weigh heavily upon your heart. But it's not too late for you yet. You must confess your sins and repent.
Yeah, I hear you, but I really can't think of anything.
Have you ever wielded violence?
No, all I wield are my swords.
Well, have you hurt anybody with your swords?
Yeah, but I haven't been able to land a killing blow yet. I've still got a long way to go. But the next time, I'll kill him.
No, you have it all wrong. You must repent for how you've used your swords.
Oh, I get it. I need to improve my cutting technique, right?
That's not what I meant either.
Ah, then what do you mean? It's a priest's job to guide the layman, right? You'll have to start speaking more clearly if you want anyone to trust your advice. Get your act together, man.
Yes, I'll reflect upon the error of my ways. Wait, what?
Thank you for that, Rokero. It's what we all needed. Perhaps people really are incapable of understanding one another. That's for sure. Feel sorry for that priest. He picked the wrong group of people to try to get confessions out of. Oh well. Let's go on to the next section. Doesn't look like there are any shops here. I mean, there's 2 more treasures, but that's fine. I'm good. Here we are. Got a shop here I can use to enhance stuff. And also we'll be finding...
Still no leads on that Grimoirh.
I was about to say Morgrim. And I'm like, that's incorrect.
Mogulo, when did you get that letter from her you mentioned?
Hard to say. It must have been last year? A decade ago?
Take this seriously, or I'll feed you to the sharks.
Oh, what? I think I'd at least rate a kraken.
Keep this up and I swear I'll eat... It's them!
The final preparations are complete. Once you've assumed your new post, everyone will act on your command.
Thank you, sister. But to be honest, I worry that these shoes I'm filling might just be a bit too big for me.
You need not worry. You possess a special strength and quality that others lack. Shepherd Artorias has high hopes for your deployment to Palamedes. Fear not. Just be yourself and you'll do fine. Believe you're a leader, and you will be.
Yes, I'll try to make you proud, sister.
They're sending him to Palamedes? Is that the name of a facility on this island?
I had better get going.
Safe travels.
Oh, one more thing. Be careful around the demon in Haria. It's stronger than it looks. We've even had some casualties.
Understood.
Also, if you must drink the water, remember to boil it.
Sister,
I know, I worry too much. But I just can't help myself.
So, there's a demon in Haria. Sounds like it's a pretty feisty one, too.
If so, it may prove useful.
Still, what magical timing for Oscar to show up here at the very same hour we do. I understand your suspicion of me, but have you any proof?
None, it's true. But as an exorcist, you're certainly sympathetic to the Abbey's cause.
And soon you may wish we were sympathetic. Eleanor hasn't been snitching on us. I'm sure of it. And how would you know? Are you watching her even when she's taking a bath? Huh? No, I don't. I always stay outside when she's taking a bath. And... Then isn't it possible she's communicating with the Abbey in secret while you're not there?
You pledged to obey me until the day you die, correct?
Yes, that I did.
Remember, when you two trade blows, only the Abbey wins.
One less demon, and one less traitor for them to worry about.
While we're standing around here arguing, that demon could be attacking Grimoirh!
It's true. Let's find some more people to question around town.
Oops. Oh yeah, I remember I was gonna go to the other areas to take on the other Code Red demons I skipped, but I actually can't go back to any of them. Like obviously I can't go back to Snow Place, but I also can't go back to the low Berseria. So I was like, oh, jeez, 85. I can make 70 of these.
Steal my share and I'll hex you!
Huh.
So what's it really like?
Huh?
The connection between Moloch and Vessel. Do you share, like, thoughts and feelings?
Sort of. When I'm dwelling inside Eleanor, I can see what she sees and hear what she hears. But I can't read her thoughts or her emotions. Sitting in a box doesn't teach you how the box feels.
I see. In that case, I want to give her as little time alone as possible.
I don't want to bathe with her, alright?
I know. You're a boy and all. For her baths, we can send Bienfu. No, that's a bad idea. It'll have to be Magulu, or myself.
Phew!
What sort of boundaries have you and Eleanor drawn? How do you sleep?
We talk before bed sometimes, but it's not like I'm sleeping by her side or anything. It's easier for me to tell when she wakes up if I'm dwelling inside her.
Does she ever get out of bed at night?
Not in my experience. And she sleeps so peacefully.
Huh?
When she's around you guys, she always looks so stern. But when she's sleeping, her expression is softer, you could say. She lets her hair down too. And I think it's kind of prettier that way.
Huh. So that's what he likes. Well, keep an eye on her, but...
But?
Watch out for the older girls.
Huh? Teresa and Oscar sure seem close.
I've known them since I was an initiate, but I've never seen them quarrel, not even once.
Did you ever fight with your brother, Velvet?
Yeah, I guess I did. Sometimes I'd chew him out, and he'd sulk and stop talking to me, but I found that adorable too.
You did?
No matter how much he dug in his heels, or tried to talk like he was in charge, after a while he'd be right there trailing along behind me.
Like a little puppy dog.
Puppies are a lot more obedient. I always had to keep an eye on him. Little brothers are odd creatures.
Rokero's a little brother. Is he adorable too?
Huh? I don't think a little brother who's out to kill you is in any way adorable.
But Shigure seemed like he was having fun.
Sometimes you just don't make sense.
Huh? I don't know.
Little brothers.
Do you have any siblings?
I'm an only child.
Well then, that's perfect. You pretend the boy is your little brother. Huh?
That's a bit extreme, but actually, when I'm talking with Laphicet, sometimes I think, this is what having a brother must feel like.
I could be Eleanor's brother.
Don't take any of this nonsense seriously, Laphicet. Malachim are just tools to exorcists. She can never think of you as her brother.
Oh, yeah.
You're wrong. I've changed how I view Malachim. I know that's true because I can think of him as a brother.
Right.
She's all talk. Don't believe her.
It seems to me like you're the one who's treating him as a tool by forcing your own opinions upon him.
Ooh, two sisters struggling for the affections of their brother. Eeny teeny candlestick, which one will the Muppet pick?
How about an older brother instead?
And you've got Rokero and Aizen. I don't know how much better those choices are. Good stuff. Just everybody getting along all nicely. Hello, what do you have to say?
The people of Southgand originally worshipped Aminoch, the Imperial.
I remember that name.
The lives of the people of the Southern Isles are inherently tied to the sea. Whether it was gratitude for a good catch or an appeal for protection, everyone offered their prayers to Aminoch.
But the Abbey worships Innominat, don't they? Do the people still keep their faith?
Most of the people obey the will of the Abbey. But one small village deep in Southgand is a special case. The village is called Haria, and even now they keep their faith in Aminoch. They've even quarreled with the Abbey. I'm grateful that they fight off the demons. I really am. But do they have to dictate which gods we worship too?
They think they do. It's their truth. Then again, they can't control what's in your heart, can they?
That's even worse. Something I dislike just from a, I don't know how to word it is. But yeah. Shouldn't go around trying to control people's thoughts anyway. It's not nice. Hello. Oh. I was like, can I get in there? I mean, I guess not. That's fine. I doubt there's anything in there. I think one of the inns here is a place you could go for the Magilu's Menagerie nonsense. It's always good fun. Oh, is that really the way I came in? Oh, I guess it is. How do we get down to the ground level? Oh, there it is. I think I saw a red plant. That might have just been that. There. Oh, well, I mean, there's a... No, these aren't plants either. Gosh, the light on the grass is throwing me off. Oh, no, yeah, that's definitely a red plant over there, right? Yeah, it's glowing. Okay, then. I don't think that was the one I saw, but... I'll take it. Birds! Yeah, I saw a star over here. I don't want to talk to anyone else. Hello, you.
Hey, this doll? It looks like Bienfu.
Ah, a keen eye you have, young man. That is a doll of the Empyrean Aminoch.
That's Empyrean Aminoch?
Yep, no doubt about it. I've seen her with my own eyes. Real dignified, but
no,
not without a
man.
bit of a
You're
temper.
wrong.
You saw her? Why was she angry?
Well, the Abbey's banned any profession of the Aminochian faith in Southgand, despite her popularity. Gotta assume that's what got her all bent out of shape. I tried talking to her, but no matter what I said, she was just like, oh.
Wait, that sounds like...
And that low energy goddess you saw? The doll you've got here looks like her?
Yeah, more or less.
Ha! Fortune smiles upon thee, weary adventurers. That listless goddess is none other than Grim.
Grimoirh isn't human?
When did I ever say she was? So, shopkeep, where'd
She
you see
never
her?
did, but you
I
could have
think it was
specified.
down by McClear Beach.
Pensively watching the tide come in? That's her, all right. Quickly, to the beach!
Okay.
Why didn't you mention Grimoirh as a Moloch before now?
You can't be too careful with that information. Spies, spies listening everywhere.
That's bullshit and you know it. Okay, yeah, McClear Beach. It's funny, every time they list the name of a location, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it was called. Because, like, I don't know the locations all that well by heart, but obviously I spent a lot of time in them when I first played the game. So, like, playing it now, it's like, yeah, that was one of them. Isolt, and now McClear Beach, and Palamedes, and Haria?
Beautiful waters. So this is Muckler Beach.
I hope she's actually here.
I think it was Haria.
Let's do our best.
Illusory Veil. Honestly, that move of his looks like it has a much bigger range than it actually does. Like, wow.
You're just lucky I made it quick.
Like, seriously. Yeah, air thrust, that's a classic too. Tremor had to access the rest of maybe he has to learn them first. I'll look at his arts in a bit.
If you want to live, get out of my way.
Let me look at his arts. Oh, okay. Yeah, he has it. I was about to say, maybe he has to learn it. He does have to learn it, but he already learned it. I don't know when, but he got the second step for his break soul move. So that's nice. Yeah, I could do it. Oh, well.
I was just getting warmed
They all
up.
died, so I couldn't do it.
We will need to be extremely wary.
See if I got it. Yep. Cool. And then it's after Dragon Dive that if I activate Mystic Art, he'll do a second. But he has to learn it first, obviously. That's awesome. Keep linking them all together. And because I have Bizen's ability to just knock everyone down and make them dizzy, If he gets going, he can really keep his blast gauge up, which is nice. Or his break souls, I mean. I guess you're the last one. Yep.
I refuse to fall here.
Art learn last throws. Equipment skill mastery. Oh, 6th grade, not bad. Cool. I'm glad that I have Aizen's second one. That's rad. I would have tried on my own, but I actually wasn't sure if he got it or not. 185 to open, jeez. I think this is about the same time in my first run where I was unable to open them. Like, I used to be able to open them as I passed them, or open them, like, if I doubled back to where they were. But now I gotta kind of start skipping them. If I remember correctly, I got enough souls to open the one that was in Lowrigan, I think it was. Yeah, not Vortigern, Lowrigan, where we met with Zavid and the fake and all the illusions and Melchior and all that. So there was one over there on the, and I got that one. The one on the way though, where Zavid was listening in on us, I didn't open that one, and I didn't open this one. So that's 2. Oh, also the one in the Aberrant Quarter, I didn't open that one up either. So that's 3 that I'll have to. It'll definitely stack up. Okay, wanna level up? Nope. Let me check. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, he has 7 physical arts equipped, and how many does he know? 10. So there's 3 that are missing. Oh, so he doesn't have Fate anywhere. Or Tempo. See Verdict, 11th Hour's up there. Winter Winds is over there. Clear Path. I think this should be it. Lighthouse up there. Mirage right there. Coercion over there. Last Throws up there. Cool. I also forget that Aizen has a healing move too. It's a little weird. I think it's called what? Quickness? Swiftness? I was just looking at it. Doesn't heal all that much, and the main benefit is that it increases stat, I believe. And it just so happens to heal too. To be fair, the healing moves in this game do not heal a lot. I mean, First Aid never really heals that much, but what's the other one called? Healing Circle from Magalu does not heal much either.
If you want to live, get out of my way.
Yeah, recently I picked up, and by recently I mean yesterday night. I was wondering what to play on Switch, so I just popped in Trials of Mana. I got that, I think, was it for my birthday or Christmas last year? I don't remember, but I definitely got it last year. It was the year before. Gosh, now I don't remember. But, I got it because a friend of mine was playing it and it looked fun, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's like a really old school, classic, fun RPG. The gameplay is more modernized, obviously. It's not turn-based. It's I forget what you would call it. Action RPG, I guess. Like this, so you have control over characters in battle. Everything about it is really simple. Like the plot is super simple. All the characters super simple, gameplay, everything is super simple. So this is just a chill, fun game, something that I can play and not have to put a lot of thought into.
Is a Moloch like Bienfu, right? To be honest, I don't see how someone so different can be a Moloch just the same as Laphicet or Aizen.
I understand your doubts. It's quite the tangly mess.
I'll tell you anything!
In that case, I've been wondering, what's underneath your hat?
Oh no! Anything but that!
So, we've hit a wall already.
But that ribbon flaps around and gets in the way, right? Could I take it off for you?
No! No! That's not possible! You mustn't remove the ribbon!
Why not?
That's another thing I can't say!
It's all cans with you. Alright, is there anything you can tell me?
I could talk about what type of Malachim we are, or our position in the world of Malachim, or our abilities.
Oh, I'd like to know all that.
Then I will tell you. Listen closely. We Norman are a well-established race of Malachim. Compared to other Malachim, we aren't as adept at manipulating natural forces, but we excel at drawing out and heightening the abilities of others.
Think of them as a convenient power-up.
They're also known as common spirits.
Don't even say that! We Norman hate being called that.
Why is it so painful for you?
Because it makes people think we're average and unremarkable. That's why we work so hard to show how we're all different.
That does explain your quirky speaking mannerisms.
Don't sweat it. That's a perfectly common thing to worry about.
Don't say that!
But yeah, Trials of Mana is fun. It's very simple. I beat it the first time. I did it from Duran's perspective, and my allies were... I forget their names. It's been so long. It was the mage lady and the ninja guy. And then for my second playthrough, because there's only 6 characters in the game, I chose the other 3. So it's playing as Reese with Charlotte and Kevin for the New Game Plus. And I changed the language to Japanese when I was playing, because I played the New Game Plus for about 4 hours and I stopped playing the game, and now I got back to it. I changed the language to Japanese because Charlotte has the worst English voice in the world. It's not like, I mean, to be fair, the English dub of Trials of Mana is nothing spectacular to write home about. It's perfectly acceptable, except for Charlotte. For some reason, she talks in baby talk, and that gets old after like 2 sentences with her. And that's the entire game. And I'm just like, who thought that was a good idea? Even if that's how she talked in the original one, why didn't you change it? Or have her talk less like that? It reminds me of once again, going back to the Chris Tales bandwagon. There's a spirit in Chris Tales called Buki, who you find, well, not a spirit, I forget what she actually is, a witness. Oh shit. Queen Bee. This guy came in out of nowhere. It's like I haven't even been here that long, and already I got a dire foe messing with me. Nice try with the Void Mire Laphicet. I see those guys over there bugging you.
was a close one, but I am the
Ooh,
victor.
45 grade. Victory under status ailments. Who cares? A lot of equipment skill mastery too. That's nice. I like that. Yeah. I don't really need to wander around the field too much to get certain, like, at most I do want to open all the cat chests because I don't think that's something I managed to do last time I played the game. It just becomes an issue because once you finish playing the game, there's bound to be a bunch left, and then you just gotta run around and find more cat spirits. Some of these get expensive. I wish there was an upper limit to them. Like, I want to say the most maybe a single chest could possibly be is 200. If that's the case, that's fine. But if they actually keep going up to the point that they start getting hundreds and hundreds above that, then I'm like, this is just ridiculous. It's not like there's a super easy way to open all that up to get more cat spirits, unless you just run around aimlessly. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Looks like you want to die.
Yeah, fighting dire foes is fun when you aren't completely disadvantaged. I mean, I guess the same could be said about anything. What's he doing? Bridge of Photon? Oh no, he's doing that.
You're not hurt, are you?
No, I'm fine.
What was I gonna look at? Right, I want to see something about something. To self and all allies in range grants 1.5 seconds of invulnerability the next time an art hits them. Oh, that's what I thought it was an attack. Instantly moves to one enemy, fires a chunk of ice. Yeah, okay, I know all the rest of these. I was wondering, I was just curious I thought it was an attack. I thought it actually hurt people. But I'm like, even when they're standing close to me, it doesn't look like it's doing any damage, so what's it do? Now I know. I guess it makes sense with the name of the attack, Illusory Veil. Hey look, penguins.
What are those penguins
Just
doing?
chilling out.
Probably keeping their eggs
Or
warm.
that.
Most likely. They look like a mama and a papa. Penguins are monogamous, faithful creatures. They never leave their mate. Isn't that romantic?
So they lay eggs because they're like husband and wife. But how do they make the eggs?
That's... well...
So, Laffy said, here's an interesting fact. A single penguin egg actually contains dozens of smaller orange eggs.
Oh, so their eggs must be small and crunchy.
Yep. They have the texture of caviar and the rich flavor of sea urchins.
Interesting. So they're more like fish than birds.
So you've eaten them. How cruel. Look how much they care about their young.
While it may be a bit cruel, they taste amazing. They're considered a delicacy in some circles. Top a bowl of rice with these crunchy eggs and some rich penguin thigh meat, and you get a dish called family fricassee.
That's a horrific name.
I wasn't the one who named it, okay?
Those eggs look tasty, but I think I'll pass.
They both have a point there. Bella being like, that's a terrible name. A horrible name. Yeah, I can relate, but also, yeah, not Eleanor's fault. Like, hey, they're cute creatures, but we all gotta eat something. That's how it goes. Same with the rat pigs. Rat pigs are adorable. Code Red Demon.
I'll finish this quick.
Normally, I mean, well, not normally, but I usually wouldn't worry about fighting dire foes or Code Red Demons so much. Like, obviously, the previous examples were a bad case. Like, the Lindworm that showed up at level 76 at the very beginning of the game, that was messed up. But, like, beyond that, they're not too bad. My main worry with running into them is simply because I'm playing the game on hard. So, like, while my increased level EXP and all that stuff might help, and other things, I don't know if there's a point where it'll get a little too close. So like I don't want to risk it, but at the same time it's just fun because they are difficult to fight.
Another victory.
And if it becomes risky, I can always just and there we go. He learned his second Mystic, Rangetsu Heron, which let's see how many times I pulled it off, or how many times the CPU has pulled it off. How many times we've seen it? Form 0, Sunder. 9 times, really. Hold L2 during an 8-hit or higher combo. Oh, that's it? Oh, that's actually easy to do. Vengeful Stance. Hold R2, a Parry Stance, and increase the stun rate of attacks. Activate when hit by an enemy while under the effect of Vengeful Stance. Parries the attack and delivers a powerful counter that can knock foes. So when I hit R2, that puts me in a Parry Stance. And then if someone hits me while I'm in that activates Vengeful Punishment automatically. After Vengeful Punishment, I have to do a combo without taking damage. And then this activates by itself? Apparently I've used it 3 times. And by me, I mean probably the CPU. Okay, Rangetsu Heron isn't that hard to do then. Wait, what was it? 8-hit combo? I already forgot. Yeah, let's switch to Rokero.
Heading out. Watch and I'll show you my Rangetsus.
Cost 4 blast gauge. All these enemies are really weird. And obviously it only counts for what's his name?
Well then, let's move on.
Rokero. So if I land a multi-hit combo with any, like, if it becomes like a 30, it's like, well, how do I know that's 8 from Rokero?
Be proud. You made me
At least I
unleash
want
my
it.
full power.
So obviously, like, the counter stance, much like all the other ones, resets your combo so you can keep it going. It's a bit weird to set up a combo, though, with a parry. So Rangetsu Heron's really difficult. Well, I mean, not really difficult, but it's interesting to try to get that 8 hits.
Is that
Grimoirh? She's moving away.
Great, look what you did. 60,000 HP, really?
A dragon?
No, just a big lizard demon.
Is he friends with Gaia?
Maybe? I mean, who could say, right? Ow, jeez. Keep hitting it. Aw. I was like, keep the combo alive. Oh, that's bad. Trying to use the counter and I forgot the button. And then I used it at the wrong time. Oh, I got the counter, but I missed because he walked away.
But I'm this close. I won't miss. Form zero.
Man, you're still alive? Oh, 4,000. That's not that bad. Delete it. There we go.
I refuse to fall here.
Ooh, Eleanor learned Lost Phone Drive. And Velvet learned Grounding Strike. Combo, 86. Oh, not bad. 25 grade for that. Nailed it. I'm going to change everyone's equipment after this cutscene. And also swap to Eleanor because...
So she's the same sort of Mog as Bienfu?
Easier to pull off Lost Phone Drive than Rangetsu
You're
Heron.
Grimoirh, right? We've been looking for you. We need your help. Who are you? I'm Velvet. I know your witch friend. Oh.
Grim, so wonderful to see you. It's been forever!
Ah, you two. Still as outlandish a pair as ever, I see.
How exactly do you know her?
Witch training? She was an upperclassman.
And?
We found this fascinating ancient tome, and we were hoping you could read it for us.
Goodness, Magilu. You, of all people, joining a team? I didn't know you had it in you.
They keep me entertained.
Well, I don't need entertainment.
Bien! Come on, Grim! Isn't there any way you can help us?
It's not the kind of thing I do.
Oh, what a shame. Things happen. Well, we tried, didn't we?
Maybe you need some incentivizing. Do it. I'm serious. I bet you are. Your eyes tell me you're dangerous. Trouble follows you like a hawk tails a rabbit. And at my age, trouble is something I'd rather avoid.
How old are you?
Ask me again and you'll get a firework in the tush.
My apologies.
It appears we've wasted our time.
A walk on the beach is never wasted, but sorry.
Well, how did you learn to read the ancient tongue? Are there books for studying it or something?
My. Are you actually thinking of learning it on your own?
Well, I love reading, and I want to learn more about history. Besides, we need what's in this book.
You have passion, child, I'll give you that.
Not to mention you want to be helpful to Velvet, don't you, kid?
Yeah.
My tuition isn't cheap, you know.
You will teach me?
No, I won't. But I admire your dedication enough to read it for you. Now where's this book?
Here it is, ma'am.
You needn't be so formal.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Not ma'am. Right.
Let's see what we're looking at here. The language of ancient Averost. Had to be the hard one, of course. A lot of wear and tear, too. This'll take some time. We're in a hurry.
That may well be, but this isn't the place for study. Let's move to someplace more comfortable.
yourself, young man. There's a village called Haria just a little ways away.
That works. Thank you.
Fine. Haria Village. Whatever gets the job done.
Haria. Isn't that the village with that demon that Oscar and Teresa were
Probably.
talking about?
I think it might be. We should remain on our guard.
Which this will be, I believe, this... If we go to Haria, are we actually gonna go to, Palamedes now? Because I'm never sure at the rate at which we revisit locations. Because that's the thing in a lot of Tales games, revisiting areas. I mean most RPGs, really. Which is generally in Tales of games, dungeons, usually you have to go to them twice. They have like a second section for your second visit. Don't remember if this game was like that. Does it count as a combo if they're dizzy? Like towards the 8 hits? Gosh, I just have nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot he had that move. I love that move.
Is this also part of the Reaper's curse?
It's an angel's blessing as long as we win.
Grimoirh, the Empyrean.
I apologize if I'm being rude, but I have to ask. You're not Aminoch the Empyrean, are you?
Of course I'm not. What would even make you ask such a thing?
A shop in Isolt was selling Aminoch figurines that looked just like you.
Oh, that. I distinctly remember whispering to the shopkeeper in his sleep, telling him not to sell those things.
You showing up in his dreams probably only convinced him you were the real deal. You should sue for his use of your likeness and get proper compensation from that shopkeeper.
Forget it. It's no concern.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like they'd ever sell anyway.
Oh, you think a figurine of mine wouldn't sell?
You got this whole somber, all-we thing going on. A figurine needs to be cute, like me.
Then how about I turn you into a product?
Me? Really?
Oh yes. I'll have you stuffed and mounted. But since it'd be a unique piece, I'd have to price it a bit higher.
Mounted? No, count me out!
Oh, you're no fun. Now, what was it we were talking about?
Whether or not you are the Empyrean Aminoch.
Ah, yes, that's right. I'm no Empyrean. I'm just a simple girl. It would be hard for anyone to worship an Empyrean like me, right?
That's true. I mean, it just seems like you're the type who can see through anything, so perhaps an Empyrean seems less intimidating from a certain point of view.
You're saying I'm scarier than an Empyrean?
Not scarier exactly, just more of a savvy sort of woman.
That's not a bad answer, but it won't get you out of the doghouse.
Just at this point, just don't talk to her. Just any conversation with her is a bad idea. Losing proposition, as they say. I was about to say maybe I could switch to someone who actually has more soul gauge. There it is. She did it on her own. Awesome. Now if only I could pull mine off. I saw her before for the burst gauge, and I was like, is she gonna do it? Can she do it on her own? I think she can, because Velvet does it on her own. Sure enough, there it goes. Arise, resound, and become the blade of destruction. He's got to build up Rokero's thing again.
They were nothing.
Oh, the code red guy is over here. Let's double back. Let's find him and let's put him out of his misery. I found out the best thing yesterday?
Victory is ours.
Wasn't that long ago. Probably yesterday. I was just reading up on Twitter because like I still follow the Scarlet Nexus official Twitter, even though I 100% of the game, and they made a mention of they're updating it, so they added an aim assist, which I'm like, oh, that's nice. I definitely would have helped when I was playing the game. I remember having some issues with the lock-on system in that game. So the aim assist sounds really nice. Beyond that, there was the talk where people were like, I hope this game gets more content. And I'm like, me too. Just because I would like to play it more. And then someone was like, it is getting content. There's DLC coming. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't respond to the tweet. Like, he was responding to someone else, and I was like, what is this guy talking about? And he linked the page, and sure enough...
I don't think we have a chance.
Well, 42. Happy-go-lucky. I remember this thing. I think it's in Berseria. It's at the top of one of the towers, maybe? Come on, you're a direful. Actually fight us. Stop guarding like a coward. But yeah, I was like, oh, there's DLC coming. I'm so happy. Yeah, it has like 4 images of like, I think, just 4 screenshots. I want to say most of them are of Bond episodes. Because I think the DLC, they're adding more of the little bonding things along with it. Probably some tied-in missions, which is how I thought all the Bond episodes would be. Like when you're getting close to the characters, that you also embark on missions out in the field. But you only do that, I think, once or twice per character. Probably more realistically once. But so I'm like, cool, I'm excited. It looks great. Here's a screenshot of Kasane and shit, Arashi together. I was like, I better not forget her name. She's like my favorite. Yeah, let's see if I can remember. I think Kasane platoon was Kasane, Arashi, Shiden, Kyoka. Huh. Oh, Invisible Man. Kagero. And then, she can't remember his name now. The other platoon for the guy. Sugumi, Hanabi, Gamma, Luca. And I swear I cannot remember the name of the dude. Yuito. I fucking hell. If I forgot that, I'd be really mad. Oh, well, Velvet's down? I didn't notice that. I was too busy thinking about Scarlet Nexus. No lightning kick. Stop it. Stop guarding. Open yourself up to my damage. How do I... Oh, right, like that. It's like lightning kick. Where's the kick coming in? Ow. Wow, yeah, everything went wrong. Everything was going so well and then it didn't. I was like, wow, the range of that attack is a little too big. Why is it so big? The Hellgate? I forgot that it's the across of attacks. So you dodge it by moving to the left or the right, just not standing in the center. Or on the edges. Oh my gosh. How much health does it have left? Just fucking die! Finally.
That was tougher than I would have liked.
We got 2 grade out of that. I'll take it. I mean, fight was going well, and then it just didn't. I was too distracted talking. I know I got quiet at the end there. Oh well, that's fine. Whatever, I don't give a shit. We won! That's all that matters. And everyone's back at full health. Because the way we fight these guys, I don't have a lot of time to use
Your style is really
Rokero's counter. Right, I forgot. I said after the boss fight, I was gonna re-equip everyone. Okay, gleaming daggers. Oh, this is fine. Laphisa has that equipped. Not mastered yet, not mastered yet. Did you master the waistcoat? You did. Just put you on something else. He hasn't mastered a thorny waistcoat yet. Hasn't mastered that. Mastered the shoes. Alright, all her weapons are done. Garish pink shirt, so funny. Yeah, she's done with all that. Okay. Lulu doll. That's the stupid cat. That's fine, I'll keep her on that. I still don't have a new weapon for Aizen. Interesting. Where's the thorny waistcoat? There we go. Okay, cool. Everyone swapped. Now we have new stuff for them to learn. Awesome. I'm no longer worried about what that does to his stats. The only thing that matters is if it's mastered or not. Hoping it would attack me so I could counter it, but well.
Come on, really?
Died too quickly. I mean, everything else died. I'm like, well, that's the only thing left, so there's no way it's going to be able to pull that off. Woke up just in time to see the battle end. Nice going. Keep running around in circles. Just because I see enemies, I'm like, fight, fight, fight. I have plenty of time to fight stuff in the next dungeon, next area.
That's Haria Village.
To the inn, one and all!
I'll end this quickly.
Every single time I start a fight, it's like, hey, say goodbye to a blast gauge. And I'm like, oh, I need it. I hate fighting with two. It doesn't feel fun. Only thing worse than that is fighting with one.
I unleashed all my power. Maybe I overdid it.
Oh, Aizen learned Resurrection. Of all the people to have Resurrection, I did not expect it to be Aizen.
I'm ready for this.
Trying to keep track of how many each of the hits each of the combo strings does. Maybe I could just get up to 8 with a single combo string. That'd be nice.
Not bad.
You too.
Fight was probably a minute longer than it had to be, or like 30 seconds longer than it had to be, but that's fine. Oh, what's down here? Another garish pink shirt. Just what I needed. Just what we all needed. I guess we could go into this next town now and have some more talky talks before we head off to, I assume, Palamedes, but I don't think so. Actually, no, I think we go there. I think we do go there now. I was about to say, like, we wouldn't have any reason to go there because there's no way Grimoirh can translate the book that quickly. But then I remember that that's not why we go there. We go there for a totally unrelated reason.
From what we heard in Iseult, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
Huh. I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men. Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
You don't have to put up. You have to put up with her holier than thou attitude for a while, Velvet. It's never gonna get old. You're never gonna get away from it. We'll kill Artorias eventually and everything will work out fine as it's supposed to. It'll all go well. I wasn't gonna buy anything, so I just want to enhance the weapons that everybody has equipped. Costs, ooh, silver. It's expensive. I actually didn't want to upgrade that twice. Oh, that was also silver. I didn't realize that's silver too. Jeez, all we have is this stuff that upgrades with silver. I don't have a lot of silver. Oh well. Is everyone done? Let me check. Oh, I could look at it in there. Everyone's done with the weapons, right? I mean, he doesn't have any more. Yeah, okay, I could just dismantle all the weapons. At the very least, that's somewhere I can start. Do you have a weapon for what's his face? Just another Mobius loop? Nah, he's done with that one. Let's buy plenty of food. Plenty of it. Whoa. That costs a lot more than I was expecting. Almost bought it. Glad I doubled back on that. So we just gotta go to the inn to chill out. Someone over here? Oh, they're under. It's not confusing at all. Oh, yay, plant. What are you doing here, kid?
I can't deal with this anymore.
What's the matter?
Everyone's sick of all these fruit-flavored gels, right? So, I made gels using the giant cacao beans only found here on this island. It gave them a nice bitter chocolate taste.
Gels?
But people complained that they weren't avant-garde enough. Ugh, chocolate-flavored gels, how prosaic, bah! This got me fuming! So I caught some maiden bonita fish you find around here, ground them up, and made some gels with them.
You put fish into chocolate gels?
Well, people do braise meat with chocolate. Chocolate and fish may go surprisingly
I
well together.
doubt it.
Exactly! It was the discovery of a century. The bonito flakes crunchiness and the gel's gumminess made for an exquisitely bad combo, which made it interesting.
So if you made an innovative new type of gel, why are you so angry?
That's exactly my problem. I outdid myself. Now I need to make my Gels World debut as amazing as they are. So I thought up the ultimate plan.
Yeah, chocolate gel doesn't sound good, actually.
I'll put my Choconito gels in toilets all over the world.
Wait, what?
I'll call it the Great Choconito Toilet Gambit. No one will go to the bathroom without finding my gels. I think everyone will have a lot of fun. So, genius, right?
Yeah.
No, Laffy said, don't encourage him, you fool.
Right? I knew that kids would get it.
Who's a kid?
But all the adults in my village called it silly and lowbrow. They forbade me from selling my Choconito gels at all. Isn't that just horrible?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Aw, man. Things used to be so much better. Mom would make me dinner, and all I had to do was goo 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 ga, and everyone would smile and praise me. I don't want to become the kind of grown-up who can't find any fun in looking for gels in toilets.
Weird. This kid is weird. Gels belong. I don't know why I talked to him, but I feel like I got dumber. Talking to that kid was definitely absolutely that was a giant mistake. I'll never do that again. I think I saw someone under the... I will not do that again, ever. Let's not...
We could use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
Alright, time to chill out.
Time to start deciphering this scroll.
Or decipher a scroll.
Somewhere outside so Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
No, what did you call me?
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be called ma'am, so I thought maybe that'd work.
Yes, satisfactory. All right. I'll teach you how to read Ancient Avarost.
Thank you so much, teacher!
We'll leave you two alone then. Let us know if anything comes up.
Alright, they're gonna spend a good long time with that book. Meanwhile, we have,
Do you plan on just giving
Oh.
up? Palamedes is Amenoch's temple. The priestess
I
isn't
thought he
the
had to
only
run
one
over
whose
there.
job it is to protect that temple. It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Amenoch's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us?
Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Isolde anymore.
Our faith in Aminoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
Ah, yes, we're definitely going to Palamedes. We're definitely doing that right now.
So she digs being called teacher.
If I remember correctly,
Well,
after
Red
completing
officer.
Palamedes, you
She
get
wasn't so
one
fond
of
of
the
mail.
first story
So I
trophies in the
guess he
game.
figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything towards your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah, this place looks pretty chill. I don't see a demon here. Yet. Actually, that's not true. There's 2 demons in the town right now.
Banning local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Aminoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough. But straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Shrug. That's a response, alright. I'm trying to remember what the dungeon Palamedes is like. I have like a one in my head that involved like putting stuff in doors to activate certain doors. Not doors, in slots. In torches? And I remember hating it. Because I had to backtrack so much to get into areas I couldn't before. Because obviously if you put the thing in the correct spot, it opens the door to progress the plot, but then it closes the door to a bonus area. So then you're like, well, how do I finagle this to get into that bonus area?
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
Absolutely. What nonsense is that?
Oh, ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Thanks for nothing, old dead people.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Sa, Popo, Mucho, Sanchon.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Reordering? So like... San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Muson. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Muson. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words.
You don't say.
Scout.
Still missing 2 materials here. Kanono Island, the warm and cold currents mingle and swirl in the complex weave that gives these islands their own seasons. For some reason, the inhabitants have lost their memories. Oh, that's not good.
I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go check on them?
They'll probably just yell at us and be like, "What are you doing? We're still busy."
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Aminoch. For unbroken centuries,
Good old
our wise
Aminoch.
priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
The Empyreans generally bring to mind the...
Of course. And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria. But the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Innominat. In all the years we've worshipped Aminoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
But every time, what I was saying, I forgot. I'm like, wait, they're talking. Every time I think about the Empyreans, I think about the trials from Zestiria. And I'm like, that's like one of my favorite parts of the game. Mainly because the music is just standout. Really good. For all the trial dungeons.
Well, any results? Yes. Well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue. You'll give this old girl ideas. Huh? Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therians? Essentially, this ancient text you found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat. Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so, But if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along Earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians in Innominat's body are connected through Earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the Earth pulse points.
Points?
The place is where the power of Earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up.
And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Aminoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth pulse point?
There's lots of Earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing. Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therian... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Sure, so there should be 7 Therians. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then 7. Alright. I still remember them all. They're all important or relevant except for the last one. Because the last one gets wrapped up in something else.
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamedes, and...
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service? I want you to look for someone. A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned. They've both gone missing? Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Aminoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana. Hold on. If she's a priestess of Aminoch... Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too. I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother. And you believe they're being held at the temple? Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down. I will do everything in my power to find them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
Of course. Let's be off, Miss Exorcist.
Mon and Reef, I remember this area. Okay, we gotta get through here first, and then we'll get to, Palamedes, in which place Palamedes is its own temple with its own boss and everything. Oh my gosh, so there's something I want to say about what's coming up. Oops. I mean, I don't know, I'm not really concerned about spoilers, because, like, I've already said a bunch of things about the game from, like, hours and hours and hours away. But, well...
Eleanor, what's your game here?
The mother and daughter, you mean? That's on me. I'll search for them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately misleading you? Laying a trap of some sort for you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them. I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what it is. Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. But something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
What is it?
About the Therians. I've heard you call yourself a Therian before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one, that's all.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But was that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
Velvet keeps picking on Madame Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometimes, but Velvet takes it too far.
You really think they're totally opposite?
If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squidding noodles with seaweed.
I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common. And since they don't share anything in common, some fighting now and then just can't be helped.
Well, they both have beautiful hair.
Okay, but we're talking a noble exorcist and an aloof demon.
Eleanor sometimes treats you coldly. And Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is the cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've experienced.
Actually, I feel that Madame Eleanor isn't really reaching out to me.
It's all right if Eleanor doesn't want to talk to you. I'm here for you, Bienfu. You aren't alone.
That just makes me feel lonelier.
You two are opposites yourselves.
Huh?
I love that Velvet was getting more and more fed up with everything Bienfu said. I'm like, I was waiting for it to enter the conversation. I thought he was being a little too loud.
Always be on guard.
But I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero!
Victory is ours.
Crown Fire. If I remember correctly, I actually liked that spell back in Zesty. And there's another funny little trope that pops up in some games sometimes. Is that because obviously as a player you can hear everything the characters are saying, regardless of whether they're saying it to each other or not. It's a little weird when sometimes I think scenes are portrayed as this character saying it to themselves, but then later on, hey, she did it again. That's awesome. That they actually heard them, which happened in this game once. Incapacitator. I'm trying to think of more examples to give, but kind of like anytime Velvet mentions the fact that Artorias killed her brother, it's like something that she very much mentions mostly to herself, and no one ever reacts to it until later when all of a sudden they all know. It's just funny because I'm like, wait, they did hear that? I see that happen in a lot of different media. And other times, there's times when they're saying something that clearly is like, I hope someone else is listening to this, but no one else is. Oh yeah, there's her version of Rising Falcon. That's cool. I know she got her a while ago. I just hadn't seen it clearly yet. I forget that she has blades on her shoes too. It's like a Bayonetta situation, but blades instead of guns. I think both of her. I think it's both, or maybe just the one on her left. I mean, well, wait, on her right, like where the gauntlet is, or maybe it's both. It could be one. Okay. If I remember correctly, I think both paths through the reef lead to the same place. It's like a big circle. Good stuff. I don't think this game has the what is it? Our weapons are thing. I think it might be a little too serious for that. But gosh, I miss it. Which, if you don't know, that's a winning quote that's in, I want to say, Vesperia, Symphonia, and Abyss, where one of the characters says, "Our weapons are," and then he says something based on himself, and the other two enter with their own version of it, and it can be funny. I think the one that stands out is Vesperia. Fucking hell. Where someone like Yuri will, I think it's Yuri, I forget who leads it. I think it's like, our weapons are love, justice, and it's usually the third person who fucks it up, something like that. In the case of Vesperia, it's Raven when he comes in to end it out. So it's like, our weapons are love, justice, and he says sexuality. Because he thinks that's what he is, and it's just really funny. And I think like Rita like groans if she's there, which is fitting. I think Jade also screws it up, but like not in that way. Just in a way that I think probably annoys Luke. But then I think everything Jade does annoys Luke. I think everything Jade does annoys everyone to some extent. Hey, he did it on his own. Awesome. I bet like out of the 9 times, now 10 times that I pulled off that art, maybe 1 was me. Heaven's Wrath. Got another art for Velvet. So we're gonna go up. And then we'll come up from the bottom when we're coming back. Just to pick a direction, stick with it. No, you birds aren't getting away. Haha. Nice. I was gonna say, wasn't Laughing Raven the boss from Metal Gear Solid 5? Then I remembered, no, I think it was Laughing Octopus. I think Raven was Raging Raven, yeah. But like, I just thought that was pretty funny. Metal Gear Solid 4. I don't know why I said 5. Oh, the other way is a dead end, really? Oh, alright, well. Probably like a treasure chest over there or something. We can check it out at a later date. Or after we're done in Palamedes, because that's much more important. Love me some break boost. Where you guys keep coming from?
Sorry to cut you down.
I guess I can always change the one's level 37, 36, 35, 35, 35, 35. I guess I can always change the Mystic Art command to be in the middle of a combo. I tell him to use it more often in combos than anything. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'll save that Code Red Demon until we're done in Palamedes. That thing, the last one, the Harpy, was level 44. So I think probably, and especially with how that battle went, it was probably stretching it a bit.
You really do have a peculiar air about you.
More items.
Yeah, I don't think you're one to talk.
So probably hold off on that until everybody levels up a bit more.
Scout.
What is it anyway? Oh gosh, it's the big Kraken enemy. I also remember that one from Zestiria.
You'll be rust on my blade.
Forget that Velvet has that really cool. She's had a move that I was like, whoa, I forget, that's a cool looking one. Oh right, that's the one she just got, Heaven's Wrath. That looks awesome.
Try as they might, it won't change anything.
Oh, there was something there. Oh well. Yeah, I remember thinking like, how am I supposed to cast the spells I want to cast? And then it's easy enough to put them in like, put all the spells in one line of the flowchart, and then just remember what order you put them in. And so in the middle of a combo, just swap to it.
A foe worth killing.
Adopus.
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilating?
There we go. Nice. Got a lot of guys with that one. Jeez. Keep the pain train going. There we go. Just die. Why are you still alive? Your little circle of health thing is like barely a sliver. Oh, there's so many of you. I didn't know that my allies could choose to just swap out whenever they wanted to. Oh, you're the last one. Oh wait, no. Oh, you again? Oh, jeez. That was not doing any damage at all, Aizen. Nice try, but no. It really does matter when you do the mystic art. Hopefully it does the damage you want it to do, but it probably won't. Ow. Why he's miss? What was that resurrection? Why did you do that, Aizen? This freaking bug. Oh, really? You kidding me? We were doing so well. And it's out of nowhere. Oh, I'm gonna tap you and kill you. I wonder if because this was a, what was it called, a savage encounter that led into a dire foe? Did that make the dire foe stronger too? I don't know.
Did you think you could escape me?
Oh, we still got 53 grade. Oh, it cuts it in half. Guess we could have gotten like 100 grade off that if I didn't die. Time you can't use items reduced by blah de blah de blah. Gosh, yeah, that would have been a lot more great if I didn't die near the end there. But whatever. We made it.
Don't get careless.
And so I already have like the, what was it, 3,000 I think? It was like 3,700 for my first playthrough. So at minimum, by the time I finish this game, I'll have 3,700 more. So I go into a third playthrough with 7,400, roughly. I don't remember if I got. I do not remember if I got the grade item for increasing grade. If I did, then maybe I'll have more than that. But I have no way of knowing.
We're finished here. Let's go.
Got some more paper.
This rocky shore just keeps going. Just don't step on any sea slugs.
What?
Okay?
Why?
Why not? What's the big deal?
It's just that it isn't pretty. Their insides squish everywhere.
Yikes. That sounds pretty traumatizing.
Then again, if you pickle their innards, it makes for a great snack.
You eat them?
Oh, don't be a baby. You've had worse.
Forget the sea slugs. Try not to step on the coral.
Good point. Coral is alive and needs our protection.
Or maybe it's because some of it can be sold for jewelry.
I didn't mean either of those.
Are you
reasons.
sure?
Although Manon appears similar to Maclear Beach, it was formed by a completely different process.
Now that you mention it, this area is covered by rocks.
Maclear is just your average seashore, but Manon here was made by the slow corrosion of seaside caves.
They were worn away by the waves?
That too, but mainly, it was the handiwork of a rock-eating species of coral, known as ravening table coral. Stay in contact long enough, and they'll melt your flesh right off.
Ah, so that's why it tingles every time I touch the coral.
Why didn't you warn us earlier?
I like how Aizen doesn't answer that. He's like, no reason, I just thought it'd be funny, probably. That's really great. I think Rokero's like this. Oh, that's why. Really? He needs to stop touching everything. He has serious issues. I think we've been spending a lot longer on this beach than I initially intended to, but that's fine. It'll help. It'll definitely show help in the temple when we get there.
I'll finish this. Eat it. Good.
Guys, these birds are very vicious. I'm starting to think that I had like a specific equipment equipped that lowers my resistance to stun, but also makes it so I stun enemies more. Because those fights with Velvet were pretty rough. I wouldn't be surprised when equipment like that exists, and I've definitely equipped it on everybody. Alright, just please die. That was fast.
Aren't spears difficult weapons to master?
I trained with them for many years.
Many years, huh?